What's up, fam? What's up? All right. What's up, y'all, man? I'm just waiting on people to come into the stream. Um, I'm doing this on my phone for the first time, so uh, y'all only knows how this is gonna work out. I don't even know how to drop a chat in the drop the link in the comment. What's up, everybody? Hold on. What's up, everybody? Come on in. Come on into the room. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. What's up, everybody? Found it. All right. Let me put this in the chat. Up here and hang out with me. Some real serious. Come on in. I'm really looking forward to talking to a few people this afternoon. Um, I'm gonna ride here with my hair in my rag, trying to make this beard grow out. Shout out to the 0 people in the room. We're gonna give it a few minutes though and let some people come in to see the chat. I am streaming from my car. I'm gonna see how this works. Get to look at all this handsomeness. That didn't make sense. Handsomeness. There we go. So when you get on your mind the image of being big and sexy, you can see me. So I'm just waiting on some people to come in the room. Um, I'm gonna give them a few minutes. y'all, this stream may be cut short. I may have to dip out. So don't worry about it. I may have to dip out. But I will tell y'all this, to everybody that's here, I will tell you this, man. Take care of your mental health. Man, start looking at yourself for signs of anxiety, depression. Um, these things are very important, and it's something that we don't stress or address enough in our community, to where I have just started to see people that I love and people that I'm cool with basically start crumbling and breaking down. And especially during this pandemic, where people are spending a lot of time locked away in their home and not being able to interact with others, um, it's very important that you find means and ways to interact, to have some social interaction. Um, I don't want to sound like the sheeple, but I gotta be honest when I'm saying this, that you need to find time to decompress. It's so important. Finding time for yourself. It is, I mean, you have to. If you don't find time for yourself, even with all this stuff that's going on, it's going to be what I would say monotonous. It's going to cause you, um, it's going to cause you to get depressed. And this is why I tell people it's important to have hobbies. It's important to find something that you can sink yourself into, that you love, and that is a release for you. Welcome into the building. I don't know who's here. Drop your name in the chat or just hit me up in the chat so I can recognize you. But yeah, this issue is very important, and I'm gonna get really personal about a few things as we get people that come in. Oh yeah, please hit the thumbs up to subscribe. Make that grade. You know, get rid of that. You know what everybody be saying. Shoot, I don't know what to say. Just hit that button and share out this video if you can, because it's a very important issue, especially to those in our community that I think is really taboo for us in our community to talk about mental health. And the funny thing is, I think back when I was younger, and I'm an older cat, as you can see by the gray in my hair. What's up, Damon? What's up, Brian? You can see with this gray in my hair that I'm an older cat, and I've seen a few things in life. And have you ever noticed that there's always that one person that be at the parties? Like you go over Big Mama house, and used to be back in the day, she'd have a brother staying there that'd be locked up in a room, or a sister or a cousin or something that's locked away in a room, and you knew they were there, but not too many people dealt with them, but they would feed them. This is how we have been geared to deal with mental illness in our families, especially as people of color. And this is scary, man. It's really scary. So I decided to post this link or get this StreamYard started, because I want to share some of my experiences, and also hear some of yours, man, because we only heal we only heal if we deal with situations together. Um, I'm drawn to scripture where it says, cast your cares on one another, or it says, confess your sins to one another so that you can be healed. And there's a lot of people that are dealing with issues, and it doesn't seem like there's no remedy, especially during this time. And I can laugh and I can make jokes and I can be the funniest cat on YouTube or in some of the streams that you like to come into. But the fact of the matter is, I deal with serious emotional and psychiatric issues, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm bad crap crazy. No, but
Sorry about that. See, dealing with stuff, man. But back to what I was saying. You know, I feel like I got it pretty much together, but there are times that the things that I've been through in my past tend to surface. And if you don't understand or have coping skills or coping mechanisms to deal with your anxieties, with your depression, I'm sorry for the blackout, man. My phone rang. It was my wife. I had to answer that. But dealing with anxiety and depression, um, and being afraid to go seek help because you don't want to have that stereotypical he's crazy, you know. No, and we've got to stop doing this in our community because it's only affecting us. It doesn't affect anybody. Well, I take that back. It affects your loved ones too if you're not, um what I can say, proactive in dealing with these types of matters. And as a veteran, I deal with anxiety, I deal with depression, um, slight PTSD, and that's not what they say on my VA sheet. But my VA sheet says a big, long diagnosis that don't halfway make no sense. And whatever. If that's what you want to call me, then cool. But I deal with issues, man, where I don't want to drive, which is ironic that you see me sitting in the car. I deal with issues like I don't like being in crowds. I don't. Um, I have not a fear of being in crowds, but when I look around, I see the inevitable. You know, what if something pops off? And especially now since I done got big and I can't run, you know, I can't get away from the problem. So I've learned to deal with things a lot differently. And this is one of those things and one of these situations that, I had to learn how to get coping skills. And when I was in my depression in my early 30s, when I really sank into depression, I guess it was my late 20s, early 30s, I was going through this shift in my life. I was in a rocky relationship with my last wife. Um, y'all rest her soul. Um, we weren't on good terms. We had kids, um, arguing and fighting. Um, I believe, in a sense, scarred my children as well. And I lost my job that I had been at since I had been out of the military, and good paying job too, y'all. I'm talking about money, money, money. I'm talking about like I ain't worried about a thing type money. and talking about A1 credit backing money. And this is for a dude with no at that time, no college degree, no education except for high school. I could honestly say I was making more money than some of the folks that had money, went to college, had those big degrees. So but I had to work for it hard. So in dealing with my situations over time, um, I began to self medicate. And this is one of the things that becomes an issue in our community is that we self medicate. And if it's drinking, smoking weed, which I am a I am a weed advocate. Don't so don't get it twisted. I'm a weed advocate. If it was legal to roll a joint right now, I'd have one in my mouth. But since it's not, I don't do it. But but we self medicate. A lot of us self medicate off of pills. Some people use hard drugs like heroin, um, different mood stabilizing drugs or mood altering drugs. And you're doing yourself a disservice and a harm when you could just basically go to the hospital, tell the doctor, tell your family physician that you've been dealing with some anxiety, you've been dealing with some depression, you've been dealing with some mood swings, and they will find a way to give you an outlet to get help. Um, this damn day talking about moving to Chicago, weed's legal there. Yeah, but shoot, it gets like 10 degrees below zero in the winter. I'll pass. But it's just one of those things that I've been noticing, man, that in our community, we don't take care of the rudimentary issues of why we have problems. And some of these issues are social. Um, you know, some of these problems can be economic issues. And there's a myriad of things that can pull you into a state of depression. Relationships, like I was saying before, um, dealing with my ex, um, dealing with the situations we're going through with our divorce, and then dealing with the fact that I had kids from my first wife that I wasn't being an active role in their lives, not to the extent that I wanted to be. That you end up hurting those who you love and yourself. And so I began to self medicate. And so in my late 20s, early 30s, I was in church and everything. And I thought church was going to be an outlet too. Didn't work. And didn't work. And so here I am preaching from the pulpit and get to the house and fire up a blunt or, hit my pipe just to bring myself back into a sense of reality. And then when that stopped working, because you got to realize when you don't get help and you start depending on a substance to bring you to a place of normalcy, you're going to build up a tolerance for that substance. And as you build up a tolerance, the amount that you use is going to increase. And so that one hit off of a blunt that sustained me when I first started going through my depression, or that one pull off my pipe, when I'm burning my weed, then became let's smoke a bowl to let's roll a blunt, let's do these things. And the more I smoked and the smoking didn't help, then I added alcohol to the mix. So now I'm dealing with alcohol, which is a depressant, and then dealing with weed that has psychoactive properties. or psychotropic properties. Now I'm in this conundrum of where my my um my receptors are now thrown off, and I'm only making myself worse. Hear me, I'm only making myself worse. So then what do I turn to? Well, when the weed stopped, well, the weed never stopped getting me numb. Let me it just didn't keep me as numb for as long as I wanted to be numb. And you can't smoke weed all the time. I mean, some people do, but I'm not Willie Nelson. So, you can't stay numb. So I became very promiscuous. And I'm talking about flat out ass promiscuous. Um, so bad that so bad that they started calling me the hoe of Shreveport. Now, I'm not bragging about that, and no, I wasn't near about as big as I am now. And yes, I was a whole lot sexier than I am right now at this very moment. But I sunk myself in the whoredom, man. I mean, yeah, Damon. Depression does get you addicted to everything like hell. Um, you know, I started having sex with several women, and and it wasn't just have sex with a woman today and then chill, because dudes, we can only have sex when deemed worthy. We can't just have sex when we want it. So it wasn't that issue of having sex. It helped numb that pain, but then you got to take into account some other things. She can't have sex all the time, nor may she, nor does she always want to. So then I started getting me a lineup. And so at this point, here I am with a stable of females, and some of them knew about each other, and some of them didn't. Some of them were straight up lesbians. A lot of them were straight sisters. But I messed with everything because I was chasing a nut. And during this time, and I'm being honest with you because you need to understand that this stuff spills into stuff. Um, First, it was having sex with condoms on. Then it slipped down to, man, I don't give a damn. I just want to have sex. I'll deal with the consequences later on. Now, this is in the early 2000s. And, AIDS was a son of a bitch. And I'm running around here free willy with my stuff, just willy nilly, um, tossing them. Like me and my boys used to say, man, just tossing these females. And I wasn't concerned about my health, nor was I concerned about theirs, because I was so hoish that, and this is fighting this depression that I'm in. I was so hoish that I'd sleep with one chick, take a shower over there, drive to another female's house, sleep with her, take a shower, go to another female. I never really wanted to spend a night with a chick because I just wanted to have the options. So my cell phone always had to be on, my Bluetooth had to always be working, and I always had to be in a position to where I could go hunt. And it was to curve my depression. It wasn't until the point that I realized that I really had a problem and that I decided to seek help that I got myself back on my feet. So really at around 2005, I want to say 2005, maybe 2006, somewhere in that area, I started seeking help. And I want to tell you that ain't the first time I've been inside of the confines of a hospital seeking help. I had went one time prior to that, but that's a different story for a different day. Um, didn't stay in the hospital, which was good. The doctor didn't deem that I was going to cause any bodily harm to myself or anybody else. And I want y'all to understand this. My issue wasn't, and I've never been the one who wanted to hurt myself. Never been suicidal. Have I thought about it? Yes. Has the thought ever crossed my mind? Yes. But I probably wouldn't be the one to carry that shit out. Matter of fact, I know I wouldn't be the one to carry that out because I love me too much. Damn everybody else, I love me. And so what I would do is okay, y'all. I think I'm back. I hope that you stuck with me long enough. I just need to decompress right now. I do. When you deal with people who have psychological issues, you are going to run into a myriad of problems. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of times they're not even willing to help themselves. And you're going to love people and you're going to watch them go downhill, and you got to stay there to deal with it because you have to be a life preserver. and you have to be the one to jump out and rescue them. It's kind of like being the lifeguard at a swimming pool when you deal with people with mental issues, um, especially those who are in denial and don't want to seek help, or want to do it their way. Um, what you run into is people who I'm gonna give you an analogy. It's kind of like being at the swimming pool, and all these people are having fun in the pool, and you are the lifeguard. You sitting up there on that stand, sun beating down on you. You got to stay up there for a period of time. It's no longer fun. I mean, you can girl watch or you can dude watch if you're female, but it's no longer fun. It becomes monotonous and it becomes a job. That's how dealing with people who have a mental illness are. And you're just waiting for them to slip down far enough to where they begin to drown. Now, the thing is about that is that while you sitting up there on that lifeguard stand, you have to be willing enough, or ready enough, or watchful enough that when this happens, you're willing to dive into the water. What's up, Miss D Town? I mean, Miss D family. Um, yeah. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna postpone this link, this stream for now. Give me about an hour, and I should be back up here. Be back on it. I got to deal with my person that's in the water drowning and can't see that they drowning. And I'll be back. Once again, shalom to everyone. Peace and blessings. Um, Remember, keep your head up, man. And if you can't swim, you bound to drown. Don't get off in the water that's too deep. Just keep your head up, folks. Let me go deal with this issue real quick, and I'll talk to y'all later. Shalom.